They can hear me, but can they hear you?
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, folks, to episode 228 of the JAC Show. I am the genuinely beautiful and moronic hack.
And I'm your favorite VTuber, Jack.
And this evening, we have come to you with a lot of burning things in our minds. Jack definitely, he was talking some stuff with me right before that. I'm gonna allow him to share with you something that's been grinding his gears in just a quick moment. Hello, Ghetto, or Dark Bats, or Slow Vacation, whoever you are.
Who are you?
Who are you? What do you want? No, but hey, Ghetto.
I don't even know you anymore.
I don't even. Oh, wait. You're
It's
breaking
like you're
my.
a different person.
No, I gotta do the Padme. Ghetto, you're breaking my heart. Oh, I died from a broken heart. Anyways, Jack has something he wants to share that's been grinding his gears, and actually, I have two things I want to talk about. One of them, Jack, I'm hopefully you're already aware, but the fact that you haven't told me already tells me that I need to tell you about it so that both of us can then talk about it together. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Good. Audience, did you get that? Don't care. You're gonna figure it out. And the other thing relates to actually some major major game major news within the game world that I will talk about a little bit here, but I want to actually say my thoughts because I'm getting the inspiration to make a proper video on my solo channel, and we'll touch upon that very much soon enough. Also, hello Johnny, good to see you again. No, it'll be no grinding his gears. All right. don't don't accidentally be like a wrestling promo and say stuff that sounds super bad out of context.
I remember. What was he saying again? He said something about little boys.
I don't know. There's so many of them within the world of wrestling. Like it things that make so much it makes sense in context, but out of context is like, oh no, oh no. Johnny says accidentally.
I need to find the one that I was talking about because
There are no
I know that he
accidents.
was saying something about he does things to little boys, and then as soon as he said it, he realized that how he improved it was it sounded very bad, and his eyes were wide out to the camera, like really close up to his face.
Oh, it's like a Kurt Angle
That
plays
one,
with
that
boy.
one.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to shut up for a moment and let Jack here share some things that's been bugging him lately. Jack, go ahead, give people the context. I know what you're talking about, but tell our audience what's been grinding your gears.
Right, so lately, I mean, the people that do visit me on my Twitch, which if you don't, it's at twitch.tv/justjackvt. They already know my gripes when it comes to TikTok when it in the live streaming stuff. It's been an issue right now. I am trying to get some stuff worked around with it. I either get restricted or they revoke my application and I have to reapply again. And I was mostly talking with Hack about how it's annoying that I'm pretty sure they're doing this to force a lot of the content creators to use their specific programs, which I mean, hey, I don't mind. I don't mind in some ways, but at the same time, if you're gonna give me a program, you at least it's kind of a lofty idea, but at least make it similar to OBS, where I can be able to put in plugins because I want to have all the plugins that I had for OBS onto your program. And also, don't make the program so damn heavy. It when you open up TikTok's live studio, it feels like you're running through molasses. It just feels so bad. It's so slow. Um, you know how, and Hack knows this. You know how in OBS you have the little volume mixer where it shows you like the audio bouncing up and down graphically.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now as we speak, and you are in the
Well,
perfect range.
now imagine that. Imagine that little bouncing graphic, but with the frame rate at 10 to 20 frames a second.
Oh, good lord.
Just from you having the app open and not even streaming it. You're not even streaming it. You're just have the app open with the things in the background. And I was telling Hack, like it requires at least a 13th generation. I think it's 13th generation. It's either 12 or 13th generation CPU Intel. I have a 9.
Well, clearly the fault is you need to update your CPU with all the money that you definitely have. That's clearly the answer.
And what's worse about that is I would have to go and get me a new motherboard. Yep.
People get motherboards all the time. I have a motherboard. Johnny has a motherboard. Ghetto has a fatherboard for whatever reason. That's a bad joke. Keep going.
But like it it's not gonna cost a bunch to get the motherboard, but the CPU will cost a lot, and I'm not gonna do that just for TikTok's unoptimized program. Even though they are clearly wanting me to switch over. Right now, I can't even look at my status when it comes to the to see if I'm like eligible to get back into the program. But also, what's even worse now is I don't know about you, Hack, but have you recently been seeing any slowdowns with the internet? Like
Slow.
any applications you've been enjoying?
I have not within the past week. However, I don't know if this is related to what you're talking about. Didn't yesterday, like early yesterday morning, there was some. Oh man, I only saw a headline, so I barely even know what it was. But didn't something happen to, I don't know, a server? I'm sorry, it sounds so very uninformed, but that's because I barely looked into it, and by the time I did, it was already resolved. But basically, a whole bunch of uh applications and software and websites were just not working for a good long while, and it's because it was some type of infrastructure that all of this technology is based upon, which included Amazon. Is that what you're
Yes.
talking about? Oh yeah, and
Yes.
film. If you're informed, fill me in. So what happened that I totally missed because I was too busy working? And
So here's actually two things that happened
okay.
throughout the weekend. So the first thing is overnight, not yesterday, but the night before on Sunday night. Um AWS, which is the Amazon Web Service, that's what it stands for. AWS went down. Like it had a big outage, and
Oh,
anything that involved the Amazon Web Service was also down because of the fact how ingrained Amazon is right now with a lot of these things.
right.
Um, some people are suspecting that the reason why it went down is because of AI code. People might have vibe code a little bit too close to the sun, and they went ahead, asked some AI chat to put something. They copy pasted without checking, pushed it to production, and said, "You know what?
Oh no.
Let's hope this works."
I
And
can see the visual right now of these expensive engineers going, yeah, that'll work, put it in. And then oh shit,
the
no, undo, go back, go back.
and like the problem with this is the fact that you say that they're expensive, but at the same time, it's become such an I guess they made money wise, it's cheaper now because of the fact that these corporations they don't understand that yeah, AI might spit out code, but it's not gonna help out in the long run because these sometimes like I've tried it before. I've tried having code put in there, and when I do that, I know that I have to really double check what this robot is making me do because like there'll be moments where you put something, it spits out something, and then you say no, that didn't work, rinse and repeat, and then once when something finally works and you really start looking at the code, you're like, wait, but why is this here? And you tell the AI like, okay, did you put this here? And like, oh, my mistake. That you don't need that anymore. That is what was the word for like repetitive? There was a word. There was a word. I forgot. To my wheel. Quickly, hack, remind me. What was the word?
For repeat.
Redundant.
There you go.
It was redundant, and it will delete it. So like you really gotta double check these things. But corporations, people that don't really put their heads in the code, they're like, looks good to me. Let's go ahead and fire 90% of the engineers, and we'll do it with that. We'll do it with AI, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that is definitely a common what I was looking for, because sometimes I do get a lot of business and tech related uh op-eds, not news articles, but just op-eds, and there has been a growing trend of these little startup CEOs trying to really sell AI as the big next step in the future of basically of all industries. And as Jack is pointing out, maybe one day it probably will be that point. It still has a long way though, and you still do need people who actually know all this infrastructure when it comes to these digital empires these corporates have built for themselves, and want because they can't really just get rid of the people who are maintaining it. It's just like in real life infrastructure. Once you get rid of the people who maintain the building you're in, it's gonna quickly fall apart.
Now imagine this. Imagine this. You already had the issue with AWS right now. Throughout this Sunday or like over the weekend. You had this issue with AWS. Tell me why whenever the day before on Saturday, I was at work watching TikTok and I see another news report that saying with of course the clickbait headline being your USB mouse and keyboard may be bricking your Windows. And I'm like, huh?
Not
What is happening now?
Nani?
They so apparently in Windows 11 there was an update where I don't know what is happening, but for some reason, if you have there's some sort of error that's been happening with when it comes to like Windows interpreting your mouse, your USB mouse and stuff like that. So it just ends up doing some funny stuff to your your system. And what's worse is if you try to use a recovery point, because some of us do use recovery points for our PCs, you can't because the environment, which is meaning the section of the computer that is for recovery, is broken.
Okay.
So
Lovely.
imagine going to your PC and trying to go to the recovery section, and then when you click on recovery and it does the whole process, nothing happens, and more or less it just ends up like doing a it boots down, boots up, boots down, boots up because now it doesn't know what to do anything.
Microsoft proving again they do that every anytime they do an update with their own operating systems, it just causes more issues than solves them. Ay 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 ay.
And it's so bad because recently it happened to one of my friends, or not that particular issue, but it happened to the point where one of my friends was trying to figure out why he couldn't get to his recovery point because just a bad thing happened to him. We were trying to play something on a tabletop simulator. Things were happening to his PC. He tried using a recovery point, it didn't work. So he ended up having to make a new like a new boot section on a different hard drive. Yeah, like a new boot partition into a different hard drive and move all of his old stuff from the other hard drives into the into to make that work.
And did it solve the issue?
Well, yeah, because he had to basically start from scratch,
Uh,
kind of.
I get what you mean. I've done boot partitioning before. I was forced to when my college had instructed me to install Windows onto my MacBook. It's a long reason. I don't want to
Good,
explain.
good. It's better to have Windows instead of Mac OS. I hate Mac OS. I don't understand why they want it to be overcomplicated with Mac OS.
Because that's the rub. They simplify the UI, they simplify the UI for the user, and as a consequence, they have to over design the actual like system settings to do any damn thing on a MacBook.
What I don't like is the fact that it's like, oh yes, okay, you're gonna go with the simplification argument. Then how come when I close something, it's not closing? And why do you have two minimize buttons? Why is there a minimize button which does what it does, and then the close button doesn't close down the program, it still minimizes it?
Because what if you return to it later? You're just closing the window. You're not closing the app, the program. I think that's the idea.
Then just
That's the
then
idea.
just keep minimize and get rid of close.
But then it will fill up the bottom little taskbar thingy you have on the bottom of the screen.
I
I will
absolutely
say,
hate it.
I will say, not all Apple programs do that. There are some that once you close out, it actually does like close close the program. I've only seen the only programs I see where once you close out the window, it doesn't actually turn off the program has only been browsers. That's really it.
Okay. But yeah, it's a pretty messy week
For the tech
tech.
for the tech world, and as well for what kind of news I've been seeing. The I had it in my head. Well, it's probably not important, but
Also, for some reason, right now, like literally now,
uh-huh.
started yesterday, I've been having some significant slowdowns on my internet. I am waiting. I am like literally half waiting for it to just go, oh yeah, you know what? I give up. And boots me out mid conversation of the JAC Show, and I'm just gonna have to text you, hey, my internet's out.
Well, well, hopefully that does not happen. I guess I am fortunate that I haven't experienced anything like that, or at least not that I have noticed. Then again, on the average day of the week, excluding the weekends, I am mostly not at my home. So this is all you know what it feels like. It feels like when I'm at work, I am just at work, and and everything is just going on, and I'm just doing my job, not a care in the world. And then they come home, it's like, so what did I miss? Oh, that happened. Oh, that happened. Oh, actually, I figured it out. You know why I miss out a whole bunch of stuff like that?
Hmm.
Because I don't have any type of social media downloaded onto my phone. Technically Facebook, but I don't even use it. But I don't have X. I don't have no Instagrams. I don't got whatever. I don't got Blue Sky. I got none. So I'm pretty much like I just see what's going on. I just focus on what's going on around me, and when I get home, that's when I go, okay, let's what's been going on while I was in work for 8 hours, 8 or 9 hours. So I think that's why I don't notice this stuff as soon as you do. Oh, Miguel says, "Oh God, Haxanori, point at him and jeer." Hey
I'm gonna be
now,
jeering. Boo!
Jiren.
Boo!
No boo to you. Worst deep Dragon Ball antagonist ever.
Are they booing at me? No, they're saying boo earns.
Boo earns. Boo earns. I was saying boo earns. Hans Mole Man presents Man Getting Hit by Football. Classic film. Y'all should watch it, and then watch it in the Spanish dub, and then just for Johnny, watch it in the Brazilian Portuguese dub.
That reminded me of something. Okay, so
What did a hit in the crotch remind you of?
well, mostly the movie thing. So remember how a long while ago
Yeah.
I told you that they, as in the Velocipaster people, they finished finished filming the movie.
Jack, I was almost disappointed in you, but that was actually gonna be one of the things I was gonna bring up too. I believe it was either like very recently we have an official trailer for the Velocipaster 2. And Jack, I don't know about you, but I kind of want to watch it.
Not just that, not just that. We already got an official time of how long the movie is.
Yes, and also,
Do you know what it is?
let's see, is it okay? It's tell you know what? Tell me, because my mind, I'm thinking 90 minutes, but I'm also thinking, what if this is like this almost 2.5 hour epic?
2 hours and 48 minutes.
Oh my God, it is an epic. Oh my, that's a risky move.
He literally just goes on the 16th. 5 days ago, is like, what if Velocipaster 2 was 2 hours and 48 minutes?
What if the second Velocipaster was as long as Avengers Endgame? Also, I want to Johnny, to your comment, to your comment. I No, I was not doing that during that time. I was plugged in, so to speak, because I had, when it was still called Twitter. I had Twitter on my phone, but actually, I think I was at the house when I typed that in. Well, the only infamous tweet that Johnny remembers, which I don't know. Which, you know what? Put that in the lore. Put that one. He's like, I can't believe after all this time, he's still like, that is still deep in his core memory. That, like, once this channel is gone and all of us are, in our new chapters in our life, this man all the way in Brazil is still gonna be thinking about, why did he type that? Like, he's gonna be thinking about that for the rest of his life. Oh my God, Johnny says, I remember where he was when he saw it.
It's getting red pilled.
That's my legacy right there. Like a shower thought, and Johnny will etch it in stone and ask himself and ponder, what was he thinking? I need to write. I need to write a dissertation on this tweet. Hey, well, anyways, moving on from that, back to the Velocipaster 2. On more important stuff, on more important legacies. Well, now that you're kind of jogging my memory, I think I did see a post like that from the official Velocipaster account. I took it as a joke. Mm-hmm. I did not know that was actually what he intended. I will say though, maybe the trailer might change my mind, but it's gonna. I don't know how a movie of that quality with really one joke of the Velocipaster, like, technically speaking, there's like that the one joke that's leading up to. I don't know how you can fill that for more than 2.5 hours Not unless he really, unless all this time he's been quietly really cooking, and when he releases it, he'll prove us all wrong. I would love to believe that, but so, like with Samurai Cop 2, sometimes if you go too much into the hey, we're a silly movie with a silly premise, it can get grating after a while. Then the fun is not there of oh look at this campy thing, how ridiculous it is. It becomes from
Hmm.
okay, I'm gonna get tired of how of this campy stuff. Can we finish already? 'Cause the trick with kind of campy, schlocky, over the top type of media is that you don't want to overstay your welcome.
True.
So that's my big fear of this movie. But who knows? I want to be proven wrong, and let's actually watch the trailer. And in fact, now that I got it all set up, the I'm gonna try to use the Discord feature so both of us can watch a YouTube video at the same time. I know you'll love to hear it.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow wow. Ciao
Picture.
ciao. Let me go in. Here it is. We're gonna watch this together, and of course, I'm gonna share it with our lovely audience. So let me just get things all ready for you. Da-da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dang, I hate that Final Fantasy VIII music gets in my head. Let's see me read the comments real quick. That happened to the Toxic Avengers movies after the first, and the Class of Nuke High movies after the second. Ah, I see. Actually, trauma movies all fall into that when they make sequels. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Oh, by the way, Ghetto. Speaking of trauma, have you ever seen what's that movie called? Uh, Jack, what's that? Help me run through my brain. Oh, thank you. You already did. Did you see the one about? I think it's called Kabuki Cop. I think that's what it's called, Kabuki Cop or something with Kabuki, and I think there's a cop involved. If you've seen it, let me know. All right, let me. There we go. And let's see if I can pause that. Well, actually, first, Jack, let me. I want confirmation. Can you see what I see?
Yes, I just don't know how to get rid of this side thing.
There's gonna be ads.
No,
Oh,
it's literally just like to look up more. Apparently, it's like to look up more videos and paste them in there so we can watch together. I want to get rid of it, but I don't know how.
let's see. I don't know how it is on your end, but let's see. There's a playlist on the right, but to get the full screen, you gotta hover your mouse over the actual video, and there should be an option that says expand video. Like that's
Ah, okay, got it.
Alrighty then. Let me go ahead. Uh, go and let me go ahead and switch. Let me go ahead and get this scene ready. Da, 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 da. There we go. All right, folks. So
One.
here it is, the official trailer for Velocipaster 2. All right, let's go ahead and play.
From the team that brought you the Velocipaster.
Is that the whole? Is that the whole movie?
Yeah, this looks like it.
In Jurassic Horror.
I will be kept safe by the power of my virginity.
Okay.
Proudly presented Velocivision.
Ooh.
Now I'm sure
Missing
Virgin.
that
virgin.
you have all heard the depressing, saddening news of Miss Catherine's gruesome, senseless murder.
The only thing the police know is that most all of them grew up here their entire lives. They were all murdered when they're walking home alone at night.
You guys talking about the murders?
my god, so it's like clearly a mannequin.
Sex maniac.
It was a great lecture on criminology, but just can't stop thinking about that sex maniac killer.
You just killed the last ninja ever, Duck Jones. What are you gonna do next?
I'm gonna go to Italy with my girlfriend, Carol.
Local tradition of Il Festivale.
I've always loved being in Italy.
A customized festival with drinking and dancing.
We're going international.
Maniac killer on the loose?
We went international.
Okay.
Perfect place to feed my magic dagger's virgin and bloodlust.
It only counts if they go ifta midnight. So we've got one shot. The clock is clicking.
The 1,000 virgin sacrifice is nearly complete.
Good lord, that's a lot of virgins.
Damn, that's a lot.
And you could be next. The Velocipasta 2. Coming soon to a roadshow near.
Rated
That's
X
by an all Christian jury.
Christian jury.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Damn, I can't believe they went to Italy. You know, it's just like that time when they went to China and the woods looked like somewhere in the middle of like northern America forest.
Oh man, let's see. Me try. Where's the? I'm trying to get. Oh, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this?
Are you stuck?
Wait, hold on. Nope, I'm not stuck. Or am I stuck? No. No, I'm not. I'm not stuck. You're stuck. You're the one who's stuck. You're out of order. Okay, I'm a little stuck. Okay, we're trying to figure this. I mean, the it's fine for the audience. They can't see it, but I don't know how to get rid of this thing. I'll figure it out. Let me try. Let's see. No, not that. All right. Well, okay. So, while I try to figure this out, Jack, please share your thoughts on the Velocipaster 2.
It is definitely gonna be another one of those movies where I'm gonna watch it like 4 times, because once is by myself, twice is to show someone, which was you. The third time was to show a group, and the 4th time to show my girlfriend.
Now that's hoping that well, remember it's a longer movie, so that's gonna be in the
It doesn't
dirt.
matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how long it is. The Jack always goes from beginning to end.
If I suffer through it, everyone else will suffer through it with me.
Especially your girlfriend.
Man. Speaking of bad movies, just to really detract a bit.
Oh, thank you, Gelo.
We
Yes,
still need to watch it. Because like I swear, the one thing that I could not stand watching was that War of the Worlds.
Oh, that movie, War of the Worlds. I mean, I've already seen it. Unless you want to watch it again.
No,
I don't either. You know what? We can reenact. We can reenact it right now. I just need to zoom in. No, I need to get a PNG of an office and zoom in your model, and boom, it looked like a scene out of War of the Worlds. I put a beard on you, make it look like Ice Cube.
Hold on, then we're gonna have this face going. I gotta...
It was you? No. How could you do this to me? And I was thinking, yes, that's what I was thinking about, Sergeant Kabuki Man. Thank you. I knew it had something to do with Kabuki. It was the trauma movies are on G4 all the time. Oh, I missed out because the little bit of G4 I saw only thing I ever saw, I didn't even know they were even they even talk about video games. The only thing I ever saw them do was just do reruns of Ninja Warrior, Cops, and for some reason James Bond movies. It was always those three things that were aired on G4, and like so I missed out on the all X Play, Attack of the Show, all that stuff. I missed out on that. Probably for the best.
What about the Smoking Gun?
The what?
Actually, wait, no, I don't think Smoking Gun was in G4. No.
Chris says this is really funny. With 3 hours, I don't know, man. That's gonna go. Yeah, that's my concern too. So, well, Jack's gonna be the first. He's gonna be the canary in the coal mine. He's gonna see it in his comfortable room on the big TV. You better watch it on the big TV. Pay the good money.
Nope.
You're watching your little
Nope.
tiny computer monitor
Tiny computer? No, it's not tiny.
compared to a TV.
It's
Yes.
No, it's the same size as like a TV from like the 2010s.
Again, a little tiny computer. You
At least I get to lay down.
you get to-
and
you got-
relax and watch it.
You gotta put that movie on a big 78 screen TV. The full Velocipaster 2 experience in VelociVision.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna ask them so I can download it and then go to the nearest AMC and rent out a whole theater. We can all watch it together.
Perfect. Charlie says you're planning to spend 12 hours watching Velocipaster 2. I mean, not back to back, but definitely like commutatively.
I will even show it to my children whenever they grow up.
But you gotta have a copy of the movie. You have a copy of even the first movie on you, ready to watch?
Not yet, but I found a way to get the copy of both Hentai Comment 1 and 2
Well, you gotta get a copy
with
of
subtitles.
you gotta get a copy of Velocipaster, and I would encourage you to get a physical copy, so at least you're supporting the creator.
Is there physical copies?
He should have it if he's smart. Let me dig. I'll dig through that. I will go through that coal mine because I'm the guy who likes to get DVDs and Blu-rays and junk like that. Not VCR, not VCRs, not VHS though. That could stay in the past.
Oh my god, there's a Blu-ray.
We don't need no
Uh,
we don't need no stinking VHS. All right, let's see.
So there's a Blu-ray and DVD. Guess how much they cost?
Probably a lot because it's a very limited release.
The DVD is $80.
Yep, that's what I thought.
The Blu-ray is $150.
Actually, hold your forces. Hold your forces. Hold your horses. What are you looking at? Like, what site are you looking at?
Amazon.
Okay, you're looking at the wrong place, good sir. At the wrong place. Here, let me enlighten you. All right, let me enlighten you.
Oh my god, what is this called? What is this? Crackoon? It's a raccoon that's on crack.
Just like that sounds like a cheap cocaine bear. See, you're looking at Amazon. That's the wrong place to go to. You got to go to the official Velocipaster website that I just shared with you on the sources. On the official website, the Blu-ray only costs $30, and the DVD is $20, and you can even get a bootleg VHS of it for $45. I've always stickers, T-shirts, and other tchotchkes. So go to the website, folks, if you want to own a physical copy of this movie. Don't give your money to Amazon. They can't even get their web services to act on a random day. Go to velocipaster.com/shop. Now I'm just plugging for him, but there you go. So there's your option if you actually want to support the actual creator.
Here's a still shot in the side chat of the raccoon. I'm gonna watch this movie.
Oh man.
Ooh, X-ray.
All right, let me see the chat real quick. Let's see. Johnny says, not gonna happen, but imagine if they did a bait and switch and made a serious movie that turned out to be real good. Probably not, but who knows? Crazier things has happened. Ghetto says they were trying to be a general man network, but fell super hard, and that is in reference to G4. He has a lot of memories of the International Sexy Lady Show. He says, not fond memories, but memories. Chris also shares that he also has fond G4 memories that turned into, yeah, I certainly did watch this memory. See, all of you were watching G4 when you should have been on Spike TV watching Deadliest Warrior. That's what y'all should have done. Who could win? The Spartan, or who did the Spartan fight against in that episode? The Spartan against Samurai? I forget who the Spartan fought against, but you should have watched Deadliest Warrior instead. It was at least somewhat educational. Somewhat. Chris says, damn you, Hack, pissing on my entire VHS collecting habit. Good. It's an outdated media. The only VHSs worth owning are for literally things that are not on DVD or Blu-ray, which is actually more than you think. Yeah, Johnny says, if you don't at least have that green Lion King VHS, are you even human?
Beautiful.
Ghetto says, I was on Spike TV, watched Mansers. He wasn't in 1,000 Ways to Die, but everyone. Yeah, I also watched 1,000 Ways to Die. I still kind of recall the furry episode. Like, I don't know how true it is, but there was an episode where basically a man died from yiffing too hard.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there's actually several of those. I remember the one I remember was two couples. Like there was a couple that both of them were like extremely virgin to the point where they never did anything to themselves. When they were doing the deed, they both died of a heart attack because
Oh, good lord!
because when they came,
Oh, they got too excited.
They came and went,
so to speak.
Yep.
Hey, at least they died. At least they. Yeah, this is a really heavy remake of Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, so the narrator was Ron Hellboy Perlman. Oh, really? He narrate. Well, I mean, he had to be doing something. Those Hellboy residuals ain't that big. Oh yes, that's Velocipaster 2. Oh man, did it show a date of when that movie will be coming out to watch?
Nope.
No,
Coming soon.
Just coming soon to probably a streaming service near you. Ooh. So there you go. So there you go. Biblically accurate. Don't you mean Shakespeareanly accurate, Chris? Ain't nothing biblical about Romeo and Juliet. It's Shakespearean. Anyways. All this sex and violence reminds me of something that is actually a little bit more serious. So I won't go too in depth in this because I actually have a lot of thoughts about it, and I was thinking making this a bigger topic, but I need to get my thoughts in order before just so I am for sure know what I'm saying and what I want to say. But I don't know if you're aware of this, Jack, but it's sadly an important an important and very influential Japanese game developer has passed away very, very recently, and it is unfortunately both the famous and at times infamous Tomonobu Itagaki. You will know him by his creations, for he is the creator of the Dead or Alive series and the 3D Ninja Gaiden series. Passed away.
Yep, I was informed about it too.
All right, he passed away at the age of 59. so very young. Now, I'm now not as now while not personally as impactful to me like when Akira Toriyama died, because whoa man, I had a hard time sleeping that night when that news broke. But upon hearing the news that of his death and just reflecting on his work, it well okay, I want to do say this. I'm not going to I don't want to revise and change my opinions on the stuff that he created to um to be more positive because of his death. You know, I have stated what I've thought of the Dead or Alive games, and you know it all comes down to that. I think the gameplays are is very fun. I just don't find the characters that endearing or appealing aside from what's on the surface. And that's particularly why those games haven't really stuck to me, but I definitely will not call them bad games, and I will not shame anyone for enjoying those games, even the volleyball ones. Oh, that will shame you if you only have played the volleyball ones, but not the fighting game ones. Then I'll shame you a little bit. And I've always had a massive respect for the Ninja Gaiden games for wanting to be the bombastic and actually hardcore action games that every time I still recall actually, even I don't have okay, I don't believe that Itagaki himself had a hand in making the third game. It still carried out a lot of his gameplay ideas and mechanics. Also, hey Miss Seren, hey, welcome, lady. I'm back on track. Playing that Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge was a fixed version, updated version of the original one. Even on the normal difficulty, that game whooped my ass just on the first level. And Jack, it took me like almost a dozen times to beat the first mini boss. That's how much the game was kicking my ass. And it was because I wasn't adapting to how the game wanted me to play it as, which is if you never played Ninja Gaiden game, you know, those games are emphasize a lot on extreme aggression. You gotta be always not only just moving, but hitting and being aggressive at all times during the combat sections, and as well be damn good and block and dodging all in attacks and just paying attention to your surroundings. And which is very different to what at that point in time was my very limited action game experience, because by that point until I played Ninja Gaiden 3, my action experience typically was actually Bayonetta 2 and brief, and as well having some familiarity with the God of War games. And both of them, while they're good action games and definitely in their own right, and I definitely, you know, I've seen my praise for Bayonetta 2, they are not remotely the same as Ninja Gaiden 3 or any of the Ninja Gaiden games. So, and in looking back to that experience, it's something I still remember, even if that was one of the weaker games of the series. It still resonated with me to know how just really over the top and difficult you can make a game, and how it taught me that sometimes you really got to play the game by its own rules than try to play how you want to play it. And when I combine that with kind of the stuff I learned during my education, learning to be a game designer, you know, those are very too much types of philosophies when it comes to designing games. You're either making a game that you need the player to play how you design it to be, and the player has to play it like that to succeed, or you design a game that gives the player a lot of free expression. And depending on the genre and the type of game you're making, one is more preferable than the other. And if Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, they have a lot more. They give a lot more player expression through the variety of weapons, the type of skills you unlock and choose to use, and as well the way. And that the point of those games is to look stylish and have almost like arcade type of action, where yes, the goal is to defeat the enemy, but it's also to but it's also to kind of break your own personal records of how you defeat the enemy. Go for that pure platinum or that S rank in those respective games. Ninja Gaiden goes about it a bit differently, and that is, as I said, being aggressive, but is more so specifically kill these enemies as fast as you can. That is the goal. It ain't time to look cool, time to look good or stylish. None of that crap. See all these enemies? Every one of their shurikens will explode if they hit you. Kill them as fast as you can, and don't hesitate. Hesitation kills you. You got that, Jack?
I'm hesitating.
I'm
I'm hesitating.
you're dead. you just died in Ninja Gaiden 2. So, and that's something I very much appreciate that was reflected in Itagaki's games. And it's actually very unfortunate that after he left Tecmo Koei, that he, as far as I know, as I'm aware, he wasn't able to get a lot of his own projects off the ground. And in fact, I mean, it's kind of sad to kind of realize, Jack, do you know what was his last fully published game was?
No, I don't remember.
I do not blame you, because this game slid under the radar and was released only on one of the worst selling consoles of all time. So tell me, Jack, and the audience, does anyone remember a game called Devil's Third?
It sounds familiar for some reason.
Well, based on the fact that it took you, you still remember, and the audience, maybe one of you, one up there. So Chris, he remembers it. I'm sure a few others will come along the way, but that game was, as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as games that were released like at least outside of Japan of Itagaki's work, that was his last fully published game. A game that just barely made it because he could not get any funding, and in fact, it was actually Nintendo that actually saved the project, in a similar vein to Bayonetta 2. It's unfortunate though that it did not get the recognition or the success of Bayonetta 2, and it did not do well, especially since it released in the later half of, as I said, one of the worst consoles sold of all time, and I'm referring to the Nintendo Wii U. So you can imagine, Jack, how hard it would be that you have you create this own game with your own team. You're pitching this game everywhere, trying to find anyone. You finally get it, and it just happens to be, and you have to work with the limitations of the Nintendo Wii U, and that's the only system that it could be released on. And since then, I believe there might have been a PC port down the line. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But as far as I can recall, that was his last game ever to be fully published. And I will say this. It is actually very ambitious. And that's one thing I always give Itagaki this. He is a very much an ambitious game developer. And he always wanted to kind of push the limits of game mechanics and the type of presentations. It's because, especially when you look at less so Ninja Gaiden, but if you look at Dead or Alive, that Dead or Alive has a vision, and as much as some people may not like it or feel that's what holds it back, Jack, answer me this question: if Dead or Alive lost its sex appeal, do you think that the series would still be the same?
I doubt it, to be honest.
So, and we got a little taste of that with Dead or Alive 6, which is one of the Dead or Alive games Itagaki wasn't a part of, and that series really tried hard to kind of step away. They still kept the sex appeal, but they tried to step away from it. And while that wasn't one of the only issues of that game, it was something that definitely turned off a lot of its core audience off of it. And when the game finally released, they pretty much made a game that not even the fans could enjoy. And in fact, to this day, Dead or Alive 5 still remains the most popular DOA game to play currently, and hardly anyone touches DOA 6. So that should tell you something. But I actually want to show off Devil's Third a little bit, just so everyone get a refresher of what was his last game. Because I said it was ambitious, but well, I will let you judge for yourself. So let me go ahead. Let me get that thing back up and running. And in the meantime, while I do that, Jack, I know you have shared you have shared memories of and actually recent experience of playing DOA. Do you actually have any with Ninja Gaiden by any chance?
Oh yeah, I mean not particularly like the first game to a big extent, but I did. Let me see. Let me double check. What was it? What was the one that was on the 360?
That's pretty much almost all of them.
Two.
So yeah, there's probably some version of two you
Two.
played, or the original or Sigma.
It was two. It was just two.
Oh, okay, so original Ninja Gaiden
I remember
2.
playing two. I remember playing two, and I had a lot of fun with that game. Oddly enough, it didn't take me too long to adapt because I did get pretty far into this game. Let me see. Let me see how far I went into the game because I never beat it because this is one of those games where I was going to beat it, but then my brother said, "Hey, I'm gonna be taking this to a friend
Oh,
in a different state. Like, are they gonna give it back? Oh yeah, they'll give it back. They never gave it back. This and along with Final Fantasy 13. Both of those games, I was like pretty much close to done. And for some reason, it had to be those two games, the ones that I was almost done with, the ones that take a lot of time to go through. And I actually did enjoy the combat style, especially when they added in the whole thing of like the ninjutsus. I don't know, I felt like it was a very nice touch to it. The You can automatically tell this game was not going to be like how other games are when it comes to like being generous. This game will punish you if you are not prepared in the combat style,
yep.
and it does not hold your hand when it comes to health. You either have health potions or
Just be good.
some revives. Yeah, just be good.
And actually, I have the trailer for Devil's Third ready to watch. So, are you ready, Jack?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yes.
here is Itagaki's the last game that he published, and well, let's say judge for yourself.
Blame that on the treble topside. That's what I need your help with. I need you to get past it.
Oh, what the heck? Lost connection. Reconnecting. Oh, now you're hosting. Now you're hosting it.
I'm hosting? Okay.
Hey, I don't know what happened there.
That's what you want me to deal with?
The military satellites in orbit are decommissioned Soviet hardware. Also destroyed most of the electronic devices on the planet. This attack was launched by veterans of the Soviet Special Ops Unit known as the School of Democracy, or SOD. Your former comrades, Ivan.
This involves some of your old pals, Ivan.
Mickey Mouse.
Complete heresy. The height of decadence.
So I'm gonna Jack, can you pause for me, please? Ooh, almost paused on Johnny's favorite scene.
No, hold on. Let me.
No, don't even. Don't even.
There you go. There you go.
They can't see, at least not on my end. Anyways,
Aww.
so It's a pretty
Damn.
so it's a pretty long trailer. He got to see a glimpse of it. If he really wants to see what he can, he can draw it. He can literally draw it. Anyways,
Draw it. It'll last longer.
Johnny says tyrant. So, kind of looking back, because this trailer's from like 9 years ago. Good lord, 9 years ago. Kind of looking back at it, man, this is such an unreal game. Just looking at it. Can you feel the Unreal 3 just running through its veins? It's mostly the skin texture is what is how I recognize, aside from the age of the game. It's the skin texture that always reminds me, oh yeah, this is Unreal Engine 3. Everything kind of looked like that during that time. And I remember when I saw this trailer and the stuff for it, I was actually kind of confused of what this type of game it would be. Mostly because let's see. You ever okay, here's how I explain it, Jack. If there's okay, do you have, let's say, when it comes to a particular artist you like, let's say music artist, whichever ones you like, especially if they go on long enough, do you ever come to a point where they release something and you kind of realize, man, they're not only are they, I mean, they're obviously trying something new, but at the same time, they're all that new stuff that they're trying to do doesn't really fit well with their style.
Yeah.
So I think this is the best way I can describe Devil's Third, because this is Itagaki with his own studio, Valhalla Studios, making his own type of action game that he wants to play. That was always kind of his gaming philosophy, in that he wants to make games he wants to play, which means he wants them cool action games. He wants them to have hot women in it. He wants them to be over the top. He wants them to be like basically big Hollywood action movies. And the thing about that is, you could definitely do that, but you need a lot of money and talent. And unfortunately, even with Nintendo backing this game up financially, you can even tell by the trailer it doesn't really have that. Mm-hmm. And that's really a shame, because I'm just imagining if he did have more money and time, and probably a different engine that isn't Unreal Engine, not unless he can be like Arc System Works and do miracles on that engine. It would probably something else that couldn't make this game much better. But we'll watch a little bit more. I didn't realize how long 3 minutes feels, especially for a trailer. But I believe, Jack, you should be able to play it since you're hosting it now. At least that's what Discord once decided to do for some reason.
All right, let's see.
So,
are you blind to the suffering?
Ludmilla.
Destroy the inept soldiers, even if they're diligent.
Clothes? What are clothes?
We don't need them when we're going.
Ivan, you're running out of time.
You must use any and all methods at your disposal to neutralize the SOG. Ivan, good luck.
Is this what you've become, Ivan? A gunslinger?
No offense, but I've got a job to do.
To complicate things, the SOG has apparently added biological weapons to its arsenal.
So, pause. All right.
There we go.
All right. I think we'll stop there. But I think from that gameplay, you can really tell that it is a game of its time, and it was trying. And again, Itagaki was ambitious, and he was basically like, "Hey, let's make the ultimate action game in which you can do all types of combat." And I will say, I think it's still kind of innovative of being able to switch from a third person to first person perspective when it came from switching to melee to shooting. I don't know of other games that even do that. Granted, I think that would get. I don't know about you, Jay. Do you think that could be a little like hard to adjust with when the camera would snap back and forth from those two perspectives in an instant?
Yeah, I feel like it could be a little bit jarring.
Yeah, and as well, one of the hard things about this, like that's hard to make a game like this, is that okay, are you making a combat shooter that you want to focus on having all types of guns and you want to your aim down sights and everything? Okay, you can design your enemies and environments around that. But you also want to be an action melee game, and you have very Ninja Gaiden-esque type of action. Okay, so you gotta basically design a Ninja Gaiden game with a third-person shooter with some first-person mechanics. So you see how kind of a big mess this game was when you get real super ambitious of basically combining all the popular combat systems of its time.
Yeah, I can definitely see how it can be confusing.
Yep, and to add to that, right before we switched to, I think this is kind of like what was supposed to be the multiplayer aspect that wasn't really touched on, that people hardly use. You saw that he was kind of sliding around and so forth while doing cover. So he's also trying to be Vanquish, because that's clearly mechanics lifted from Vanquish. So what Devil's Third is Itagaki trying to Frankenstein an action game of all, basically, like I said, he wanted to create the ultimate action game by combining all sorts of action games that he loves to play, and that is Devil's Third. And as well, when it comes to the storytelling and the narrative, you get like your, you get your over the top, almost like not mafioso, but you got your assassins with all their, from these international league of assassins, you could say. And then it just turns into RE6, as you saw. I was getting like, oh wow, it's just turning to, I forgot all about this whole biological thing that turns people into monsters. Where have I heard that before? And all of that, all combined in one game, made for a very frustrating experience for people who played it. And there's definitely people who enjoyed it for what it is, but they are very few and far between. And it's kind of sad that he never got to, at the very least, redeem himself from this particular game. And now this doesn't overshadow the stuff that he made in the past, but it's also kind of sad that, man, this is the last thing he made. And according to Harada, the producer of the Tekken series, who actually he and Harada had a close friendship, as well as a kind of like with wrestling, they also had like a on-air rivalry, which wasn't really real, but Itagaki liked to play up is like, Tekken sucks, play DOA instead, that type of thing. Harada shared that Itagaki, he had plans to make another game. As to what that was and how far that went, probably we'll never know. So to me, this is kind of, the ultimate kind of tragedy of this is that I would think this man could have gone a bigger legacy if not for the fact that he wasn't really treated well. And this is the hard part, because it was both on him, but also, you gotta take care of your talented people, and Tecmo Koei didn't, and essentially didn't want to put up with this type. They didn't feel like it was enough to put up with him anymore, and that's why they went their separate ways, from what I understand. And even though he has such an acclaim within the action and fighting game genre, the fact that it was very difficult for him to find people to help fund this project, and yet he found it with Nintendo, but it was I'm sure he had other people in mind who can specialize in this type of game. I think Nintendo really only helped fund this because they literally needed something for the Wii U and something to get eyeballs on it. Oh no, I'm the host. Well, too bad because now it's over.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep watching the trailer. I just wanted to show it off a bit, and I'll stop here in regards to this little segment because I actually do want to put my full thoughts and share a more not concise but also actually narrowed, a concise but not neatly worded thoughts and opinions upon this news. And again, it is sad that another unique talent within the video game industry has sadly passed away. Hopefully, hopefully, I hope that his family can recover from this great loss, and that they'll be able to live on and keep his memory alive. So that's all to say just for regards to this segment. I don't want to key on going anymore. I want to save it for hoping just a short impromptu video. And all right, that's enough of that. Sorry to be a little downer, but I just wanted to talk about that just a little bit. Now, Jack, quickly. Pass the ball.
Yes.
Pass the ball to you. Catch it. Catch it.
Let me catch it. Hold on. Oh,
I threw a basketball.
That wasn't a ball.
I threw a basketball, not an anvil. Silly cartoon physics. Oh well. Damn, you know what I haven't done in quite a while? I haven't gone to I haven't gone to the movies in dang, there were some good movies that came out, and I didn't get stuff to see it. I've been so busy. Wanna go?
I've been going to the movies more often.
Curse you! You stole my time. Give it back. Give me back my time. I'm the movie guy here, not you. I'm the one with a letterbox account.
I watched The Long Walk.
Oh, that's right. You did. You shared that. You shared that with the last time we were together.
Yeah.
Should I watch Weapons? Oh no, wait, no. Scratch that. You know, actually, I should be watching. You know what I should be watching? I probably
Conjuring.
No. I probably should be watching the 3rd season of Smiling Friends.
I have not watched any season. I barely started watching some of the episodes with the others.
Oh, you'll hate it. Turn it off. You won't like it.
How dare you say that when I know I enjoyed the other episodes? The only reason I can't is because I'm too lazy to find a good site to procure them from.
Oh, just pay the money for Max. Ain't that big a deal. And just cancel it. or watch it on Adult Swim on cable. Babe.
I don't have cable.
What?
Not everyone has cable.
I ain't gonna go down this. I'm not following that your rabbit hole. No, I ain't following your rabbit hole. All right. All right. It's always about procuring when it's like just pay the damn money.
No.
Whatever. Chris says
But he has cable. Exactly.
Yes, your grandparents do, and I not mean you specifically, Jack, but I mean you in general. Someone in your family tree has cable. They're probably older than your parents, or actually are your parents. So think about that.
People are with me. Hell, even my own parents don't have cable. What you were talking about?
Guys, if you actually pay for streaming services, oh my gosh, not oh my gosh to your comment, but my gosh, I get I don't know if this is healthy, but I get just so many like debates in my head, and at a certain point is like, oh man, I gotta stop thinking about this stuff when it comes to media, because then that just kind of ruins it. It's like, let me just enjoy it. I don't want to have to justify this or that and blah.
Well, see, if it all boils down to just enjoy it, then yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, which means I won't mind paying the $10.
No, for me, that means I won't mind accidentally getting a virus.
Hello game master, and yes, I do recall from Mega Man stream. Your birthday's almost coming up. I hope you have a good time and celebrate it. But yeah, I have not seen even the first episode of season 3. Mostly because I just keep forgetting that it's there. Like I can watch it at any time, and I just keep forgetting about it. That's really because it was down to I've been too preoccupied just to sit down and watch something. It's also why I haven't gone to the movies, because yeah, I like to go on a Friday night, but at least this past few weeks, my Friday's been dedicated to Mega Man. and as well, it's also the thing of, I could enjoy that stuff, or I could work on my damn video projects. Which was more important? As okay, the video projects, that needs to be done. That needs to be done. I gotta remember, don't repeat with Saint Seiya. Don't have people wait over a year for like, I could justify it if it was like some like 10-hour video essay and all that nonsense. But no, I don't want you guys wait a year for a 20-minute video. That's not good. That's not good time management. And I will always I don't want to say that. I will always be hard on myself on that end. Donnie says, "Hey, it brought
yeah, see, it brought it.
I know. I just want to improve. That's all. I just want to improve my time management skills, and also just and my editing. Gotta use more hotkeys. Because my people showed up for it. You know, if it was in Spanish, it would be bigger. If it was in Spanish, it would be bigger. Jago says, I mean us and your people. What do you mean, my people?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
What? Nah, I know exactly what he means. He means Spanish anime nerds. Game Master, you said tomorrow you're gonna be watching Tron Ares. We'll need. Hope you have a good time. I've not seen any of the Tron films, and I have no opinion on them. But hope you have a good time, good sir. I need to just relax. Well, actually, no, I did. Last weekend I did, and I had a wonderful time. But really, all this just comes down to, I gotta just get off my damn butt and do stuff to enjoy, and as well be wise in how I manage my time doing my video projects. Because hey, at least I'm back to now reading comics regularly after a brief hiatus. So it's fun to be back on the grind. I'm back on the monthly grind, Jack. I'm talking about a new comic every few weeks. Not every day. That's too expensive. Every week, I don't make enough money for that. But every few weeks, that's just the right amount. Every few weeks. I'm telling you, I got a system.
Well, explain the system.
No.
Do it. Come on.
I don't wanna.
Oh, I see how it is.
It's my.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. It's my. No. Oh, nah, because it's not that interesting. It's not that interesting at all.
what's not interesting to you could be interesting to someone else.
Nah, I disagree. What's not interesting to me would not be interesting to you, and that is a fact, Jack.
Wow, you're just gonna dismiss everything I said. I see how it is.
No, I was just doing it for the one-liner. Oh, I did notice. I did notice though, as far as like, I did notice something, Jack.
Mhm.
Okay, so actually, have you touched your Switch lately at all?
No,
Okay,
not at all, actually.
okay, so I still actually play games regularly on my Switch, but with my Switch Mini, I'm at a point now where like that thing is there, so I can play a quick session. You know, anything that's
Mhm.
like a game that I need an hour or more to play, like an actual session, that stays at home. But when I'm out and I want to pass 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20, I get my Switch Mini out and I play something quick. Problem is, well, I don't have too many games I could do that. I have a racing game that fulfills that, but I'm not always want to race all the time. I actually kid you not, over the weekend I just beaten Mega Man 2 for the fifth time. Fifth or fourth time. Either I play it again, and I just want to say those final bosses, those I still think those final boss fights in Mega Man 2 is still bullshit. They're deliberately unfair. I don't know how kids in the 80s were supposed to beat those final bosses. Anyways, that's neither here or there. But one thing I got the hankering of, like, man, I wanna beat him up. And like, just like, I wanna play like an arcade style beat 'em up, just walk to the right and just beat people up. And I know there's definitely some popular ones that are on the Switch. You got the Shredder's Revenge from the Teenage Ninja Turtles. And with the Turtles, you got the Cowabunga collection, so you can play the old Turtles games. You got, what else? You got the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. You got a whole bunch of stuff that I have that actually would get. But the thing is like, I want a beat 'em up game, but I don't want to spend more than $10. And they does exist on the Switch, and there is one I actually want to play. It's an old SNK game called Sengoku 3. That's on the Switch on the eShop. And that's kind of been my mood lately. It's like my mood lately is like, I just want to play something quick and easy. I mean, not easy, but something quick. And then once I finish a level or finish a segment, I can then just turn it off and then go back to what I was doing. I don't know. I just have that itch lady for those type of games. But maybe you had a similar itch yourself.
For me, uh, I don't think I have one at the moment, but I did have one somewhat recently, but I can't put my finger on what it was.
Dang. Also, but at the same time, I am not surprised you haven't touched your Switch in a bit. Mostly because there hasn't been like a Nintendo game that's been worth your time. At least for I understand, not worth your time lately. And you're skipping out on the new Pokemon Legends, right?
Yeah. When it comes to that game, have you heard any of the like the development stuff with it?
No, to me at this point, it's just a pattern of new Pokemon game, and even if it's valid, which they are, it's a new Pokemon game, which means it's time for the Pokemon fans to start complaining on social media, and that just pretty much like, it's like, all right, I don't care, I'm not gonna buy it, and I don't want to pay attention to it. Like I said, there is definitely valid concerns, but it's been a repeat of something that I've noticed Pokemon fans do ever since at least the 3DS years, and I don't want to deal with that.
I feel like it's also I don't know about the 3DS years, but like very recently, it just feels more like you got the stubborn fans that just do not understand. Hey, it's not worked well, and it feels like it's a little bit undercooked for a game.
Right. And I
Um,
have seen, I come across on my feed examples of that. It still feels weird for a very narrative focused game like that to not have, if you're not gonna have voice acting, at least have like some audible sounds from the characters, like a huh, oh, huh,
yeah,
oh, something like, just stuff like that. Even Fire Emblem can do that.
yeah, just some small stuff to be honest, but like it's just the coming back into it. It just feels very disappointing, especially since I stopped playing around Black and White, and I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed being able to do the little things of just like looking inside people's houses, interacting with NPCs,
But
just doing all that stuff because it kind of feels more alive.
now, are you saying that's like the last one you enjoy? Is that the same as the last Pokemon game you've enjoyed? Because I thought you played
Nope,
Arceus.
nope. I meant like the last one that I played before getting back into the game,
Oh,
into
okay.
Pokemon.
Ah, okay, I misunderstood.
So yeah, that Black and White were the last ones I played before I actually got back into it with Scarlet and Violet because I did think it was gonna be a fun game. And for the most part, yeah, for the first playthrough, but the problem is I don't think I'm gonna ever go back to play it again. Like even if I wanted to, I would have to make a whole new profile because for some reason they don't like to have either delete profiles or anything like that. They just say, yeah, yeah, you're stuck with it.
Interesting.
And the it's not because of the fact that it's open world, or partially because of that, even though like it feels like it's a Pokemon game trying to be open world, but it's just not correct,
Is-
not correctly integrated.
and because it's like a first Pokemon of its kind, it's rough around the edges.
Yeah, like you would think that what ended up happening with this one, they would try to learn from their mistakes, and especially with Legend ZA, because Legends, like the first one, was great mostly because of the fact that I mean you didn't really have that many buildings. The storytelling was more around the areas you were going through. So like it made sense. You're gonna be in an area that does not have that many trainers or people, because at this point in time, people thought that Pokemon were menaces to society, and they didn't really like the idea of having them around. But with Legend ZA, you have this idea of, hey, this is the modern, actually no, technically the future of what will be the modern society. Like everything's being built around new buildings, technology. You would think that hey, this will be a little bit more lively, but it feels empty just from like looking at it because the you can't go into any buildings. The the shops that you would normally go into in like a lot of the older Pokemon games, they just end up being menus, which I hated in Scarlet and Violet. It was so weird. They're like, "Oh, let me go into the shop." Go into the shop, you only see a menu.
Hmm.
It didn't really feel alive. It just felt like,
The text. It was
well,
just a text box. They didn't properly have like an actual store for you to just walk around in, like in the older games.
correct.
Hmm.
And then like I guess like the for ZA the business practice of it. I always found it so weird when, and this is not just for ZA. This is for any game that had this type of business practice. Hey, we're coming out with a new game. That's amazing. It's gonna be amazing. 2 weeks later, hey, here's some DLC that we just announced already.
Oh yeah. That's the
I'm like, okay, is the DLC free? No, it's gonna be $30. Like, okay, so you want me to spend $70 to $80, and then an additional $30, and then an additional amount for the Nintendo service for online, because with ZA there are certain things, certain Pokemon, or certain Mega Evolutions for Pokemon that are locked behind the paywall of that DLC.
yeah, that was still egregious that they did that on that in the Nintendo Direct. That was super egregious. Like I said, that's a very valid complaint of someone going, yeah, I don't play this game, or at the very least I'm not gonna buy the DLC because you already advertised it before the game is even out. It's ridiculous.
The only thing that I am really advocate about is the people that are, I guess you could say, the Pokemon stands, that believe that Pokemon can do no wrong. Because, like, you say you're tired of the people complaining. I am tired of the people that are being complacent in this whole thing of like, oh, it's fine, it doesn't matter, like, it's for kids. I'm like, okay, so that's the problem there. It's for kids. You're expecting kids to pay $120, $130 for one game to enjoy?
Yeah, you know that for when it comes to that specific thing, that for kids Arvin does not hold up. Good Lord, like let's just imagine a kid in that scenario. He gets let's say he gets the game for Christmas, right? And that's the parents have already spent $70, and plus let's say they go for the minimum, the $20 for the yearly subscription to Nintendo Online. That's already $90, and then. And let's say the kid really wants a DLC, like he wants a DLC and he wants to pre-order it, which is still stupid, pre-ordering DLC, because like it's not good. Like, assuming nothing happens and that they cancel it, assuming like they released it, is not a limited item. You're gonna have access to the DLC as long as you have the game. So it's gonna beg, he's gonna beg his parents, hey, can you also spend an extra $30 on something that is not out yet? So the parents have to be like, wait, little Timmy, this is you're wanting to spend $120 on one game.
Yes.
At that point the parents should be like, you want Pokemon? Okay, here, go outside, go find a mouse or a bug. That's your Pokemon, and don't come back in till you catch one.
And like, that's the thing. That's the argument I'm trying to place here. Is just that, like, if you're making this argument for kids, then
it's weak.
You're gonna have to complain about the way it's getting a little bit too greedy. Because now it's not only because now, like, and let's say the kid did end up getting the game and did get all the DLCs and everything, which AAA parents right there. Now these kids have to deal with the only other people that can afford these type of games, which is mostly adults that are playing online. Because remember, these things, the Mega Evolutions are locked behind a online PvP type of style arena, so you have to fight other people online. So now you have the one metagamer that's like putting in whatever tournament level character Pokemons they have. They're perfectly IV trained. They got the perfect move set for everything. They have everything down to the letter. And you, as the child, are going in there with your favorite Stunfisk, your favorite
Rattata
Chikorita, because you decided that you don't want to have your Chikorita to be leveled up to or evolved. Yeah, good luck trying to get your Mega Delphox.
At this point is like, you know what? All the adult Pokemon fans, you know what? Come over here. Come over here. First off, gonna slap you top of your head, and I go, if you want to have that experience of growing up with this childhood game, Digimon's right over there. Go play the Digimon games. Actually, no, leave the Digimon fans alone. They're eating right now, and they're eating a fine dining meal. Well, the Pokemon fans are gonna have to are dealing with overpriced fast food in this analogy.
Oh, and I gotta ask you this.
Uh,
So you coming more from the game development background in your degree,
Ja.
how do you feel about the idea of having a whole? I think it. No, hold on. I'm gonna hold that thought because I think what I'm referring to it might be misinformation. But from what I heard, supposedly the whole map is like one big model.
I saw a post about that. I
But I heard that could be instead considered the hologram that apparently might every now and then pop up.
I don't. I honestly don't know. It would be pretty. It would be pretty interesting if. Oh, okay. Let's go with the assumption that the whole uh the whole setting of the game is on one big huge model. Let's just go with that. If that is what the people sharing this wants you to believe. I don't I I fail to see how that would work. Not unless not unless the game is working on kind of how older 3D games used to be, where in whatever where you design a big map to populate things in, but it won't actually render or appear until your character model on camera um get closer to it, and then it would phase in or phase in or appear or appear, because you're turning the camera's attention to it, and the game's logic can read, okay, the player is looking this way, so start uh rendering all these models, and whatever the player is not looking at, put those models away to save on performance. That's how usually a lot of, at least back then, how a lot of early 3D games worked in order to try to fit in so much. Nowadays, that's a technique that's not used as much. Used as much. Now, the principles of it are still used, but it's better hidden. Big examples of that is like in the Arkham games, whenever Batman has his hands to his ear and he's having a conversation. That is, they use that time to, okay, let's render out this section of the game, and while that's happening, we'll have a story moment so that the player is focused on so the player's attention, I'm sorry, is focused on the story that's being told, instead of trying to go to the next part of the game, which works because, which both works and doesn't work. It works in that it actually allows the game to properly work as intended, but also doesn't work because you have a lot of impatient gamers who want to skip those. All right, I don't want to hear this conversation anymore, especially if you play this game on repeat, or if you're just impatient in general and they want to get to the next thing, but the game hasn't finished loading the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot. So now with Pokemon, until actually, like, I will actually have to play the game and get a surmise what type of tricks they're using, if everything's populated on one big huge map, assuming that's true. Because for how big, I think everything takes place in Lumino City, right? From what I understand.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I think
and
so.
I'm guessing, and I'm gonna assume that everywhere can be travel to with no loading with no load times. So assuming
That I don't know.
okay, so if there's load times, then okay, then areas if there's load times actual load times, then that makes sense. They're just rendering parts of the map at different sections for that the player enters. If it's already happening in real time, then the Pokemon company almost said something weird there. The Pokemon company who is working some technical magic skills to have everything be rendered in real time, and along with populating each area with the properly assigned Pokemon and NPCs and events and all everything that populates within that world. Which I'm trying to think, it's not that crazy. The Switch 2 hardware is a significant improvement to the original Switch hardware, although the game is still for the original Switch, so I don't know how it was utilizing the Switch's specs. Either case, it's still a weird, bizarre way to design a map, but maybe they can't get away with it because everything does take place in one huge city, and so there's no need to have different types of biomes or actual terrain, because depending on there's a lot of game engines where you can create terrain, and that takes a lot of processing power. And so if everything is actually like a city where there's not going to be a lot of natural terrain for the player to explore, then that actually cuts out on a lot of rendering that the game will need to do for all the 3D models if there's no major terrains in that game. But again, this is me making making assumptions and inferring from what I know. Who knows until someone like dives in and looks at the source and looks at the actual metadata of that game. I won't take that post seriously because that also doesn't seem like an efficient way to create a big open world game like that. As far as I understand.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like one of the weird things for me is like apparently they didn't even bother trying to like I can understand. I don't know. There's a certain type of effort that that I see nowadays. Back then, yeah, sure, it makes sense, but nowadays there's like a certain type of like minimum effort that I have expected from companies, especially AAA companies.
Oh yeah, that could definitely occur when you got no competition. And
And like the thing is just like it's weird that these buildings are just texture wrapped. So like you literally have a Looney Tunes style thing happening where you could have a window just like painted on. The future of Lumio City. No windows. Only paint.
No, you know what it is? They're going for the brutalist style. It's turning into a communist utopia with Pokemon. We all will have a Pokemon, but my Pokemon will be more equal than yours. Said Vladimir. Said Lenin and Stalin. All right. Well, with all of that, it is time to wrap things up. And so, as always, we are heading into our announcement section of the JAC Show. Jack, what do you have coming up and anything to announce until the next episode of the show?
So for not this week, but the next week, I will be having a pretty much uneventful stream schedule, like in the sense of like I won't have many streams. I will have Monday stream for next week, but Tuesday I will be. Oh no, I stand corrected. Monday I'll be having a stream like usual, and then on Tuesday, instead of doing the JAC Show, I will be playing Phasmophobia with Dr. Crow and some of his friends for a Halloween event since I was informed about that prior to the change that we did for the schedule. I won't be able to stream anything on that Wednesday because I'm gonna be doing a movie night with my girlfriend for Halloween since we won't be able to actually be there for Halloween. But everything else for this week should be the same as always. Tomorrow, expect a stream, possibly Thursday and Friday as well. We're gonna continue on with Resident Evil 7. I already met Daddy, and it's
Don't you mean Jack?
yeah. I don't know his name. I've only seen from what the character has been calling him Daddy, which is like it's odd, but at the same time I know why. I know why. But it's just like today's lingo. It's just today's lingo has been so perverse. It has made the word daddy so perverse that it sounds weird whenever your character goes like Ethan goes up to a football helmet and goes, must be one of daddy's hobbies.
Yeah, I understand. Also, it's not a big spoiler. That wasn't a big spoiler. It's just his name. All right. But thank you for all of that, Jack. So, and as you can logically guess, since Jack will not be available to do the Hack Jack show next week, this also comes in to announce that I announced that there will be no Hack Jack show next week because I do want to again just focus on doing all my video projects and taking that time to do so. So, keep that in mind. If whenever there's a week that there is no Hack Jack show, that's time that Hack is, or me, I should say. I don't want to do the third person. That's very narcissistic. If there is no show happening, then rest assured know that I am busy working diligently on my videos. Which, speaking of which, I am about halfway done with the Iron Man video. So hope to finish that up. I was hoping to get it released by last weekend, but my time got too preoccupied, so I had to keep working on it. Same thing with the Spider Blood video. Nothing new to announce about that. And I did say I want to make a proper video on my thoughts on Itagaki. That one, it will just be sporadic because that's something I got to sit down and really ponder and think to myself what I truly want to say. So, with all of that said, thank you everyone for watching episode 228 of the Hack Jack Show. We hope you enjoy your time and that you come back for the next episode. This is Hack and Jack. Sign off.
Good night, everyone.